Hey everyone, DJ here, and this is One Shots Tavern in a slightly different format with a bit of a post-PAX update. We just got back from PAX Unplugged. We had a fantastic time. We got to do all sorts of amazing things, and I wanted to talk to you about them. One of the big things that I got to do was play Daggerheart in a playtest. That was amazing. It was still the 1.5 playtest, so it's not whatever the solidified rules are, but I had an incredible time with it. A lot more so than I expected myself to enjoy Daggerheart. I have read the rules and stuff, but for me, it doesn't really connect until I'm behind the dice and I've had a chance to actually start rolling. Usually, after I've read a bit, I don't quite see the whole picture. With this, I was able to get a much bigger picture of how Daggerheart plays, and oh my god, it takes some of my favorite features from various systems across the TTRPG industry and puts them in a really fun, clean package. Diving in, the hope and fear dice. I was a little confused on how those were going to work without having played, but when I had a chance to actually experience it, it was amazing. For those of you who don't know, you basically roll 2d12 and then add those together with any modifiers that you may have, and that is whether or not you succeed. If the DC is 13 and you rolled a 6 and a 4, that's 10. But say you had a modifier of +3, that would bring you to 13 and you would succeed. You would then declare which dice was the highest in the roll. So if you rolled your dice and the fear dice was higher, you succeed with fear. This is the part where I was starting to get a little confused while reading, because I didn't quite understand the mechanism behind the fear and what it does. But what it allows the game master to do things in and outside of combat using that fear. So, for example, if you start off a combat, the GM doesn't go. The players get to make decisions, and so they're going to roll. And if they roll with fear, the game master gains a fear. What that means is the game master can then spend that fear to have the bad guy, the NPC, the monster, whatever it is, make its attack or make an action, or maybe there's an environmental action, all sorts of things. When this happens, it can lead to stress and a few other things. When you roll and you are able to get it with hope, you get a hope piece. They had little token, like little crystal like things for me to grab when I had hope. Basically, that is a resource that you get to spend on bigger actions than just your average attack. I really enjoyed the system. It was a lot of fun. And I am extremely excited for my deluxe edition to come in the mail. What else did I do at PAX? I met with so many people across the industry to talk about my new project, Resistance is Required, which is a communal resistance RPG. In my RPG, you are working as a team. We're using the Entwine system that Andrew built for Battle School, with a few modifications thrown on top. So, what do I mean by you work as a team? If you've played Battle School or if you've seen Andrew talk about Battle School, each player action during a round, during the planning phase, adds to the difficulty challenge of the role. Each of you are making decisions while also realizing, hey, if we all just kind of, do the big thing, our DC is going to be really high and hard to meet. So essentially, what you're doing is you are working together to keep the DC achievable while also making sure that your goals are also being achieved. I'm using this system for Resistance is Required because I think that with a lot of the ideas of resistance, and revolution and all of that stuff, a lot of planning is required, and of course, a lot of um, cooperation is required. If you aren't cooperating and working together to keep, you know, your challenge succeedable, then you are putting your, movement in danger by acting too quickly. I'm using a system that I am calling, for now, the Renown system. In the Renown system, what you are doing throughout the game, throughout each of these rounds, is you are building up a following for your movement. You start with small tasks to fight against small threat levels, and you're rising to meet the regime controlled by the regime master or the game master. You're rising to meet them against their oppression. And so it's equal and opposite reaction to the awful thing that they are doing. What Renowned allows is as you succeed throughout the game, you are gaining people in your movement. And those people are political capital. They are spendable. What does that mean? All of the people in your movement have signed up for this. They know they are putting themselves on the line to accomplish the goals of the movement in order to topple the regime. As you work together to fight against the regime, uh, you spend political capital for big actions or lowering the difficulty challenge. You could have your muscly gym buddies pushing the line, or maybe fireworks at a building, like what's happening in Georgia, or any of the really cool stuff that you often see in this environment is open to you as a player depending on your special abilities. I'll get into special abilities at some point. We are still building the pre-generated characters, but I just wanted to talk about what resistance is required is. The link for the Kickstarter is down below, so you can go ahead and be notified when that is going to release. What else did I do? Start playing games through another party. This time it was a little bit smaller and more secret because they wanted to make sure that there weren't too many people in a single room. There were so many people in a single room. We got to meet all sorts of amazing creators across the industry, from cosplayers to writers to artists to sound designers to game writers. It was a blast, and the food was amazing. So thank you, Devin Chulik, for putting on another beautiful Start Playing Games party. We always appreciate it. And of course, hanging out in the Marriott lobby at PAX Unplugged is always going to be the best time because that is where everyone goes after hours to hang, have some drinks, eat some food, talk to each other, and network and see old friends. I got to see so many old friends that I haven't seen since Gen Con or before, and it was amazing. Got to hang out with Adrian Lawrence from Dungeons and Degrees, got to hang out with Sam from Classic Sam, NYGM, and I can't even tell you. Got to meet Aetherius Bordeaux. Amazing and sweet human being. If you ever get the chance to talk to Aetherius, I highly recommend it. And yeah, so that was kind of the big wrap up of what I did at PAX this year. Andrew, of course, was selling Battle School at the IGDN booth and, going around having fun playing games on his own. We got to play Dragonbane with our good friend Jack of Dungeon Club. And yeah, anyway, well, that about sums up the post-PAX update for 2024. We are going to have new episodes of One Shots Tavern coming in 2025. I am currently printing Pink Security and More to be pushed out to all of the backers. If you are waiting on that, you don't have too much longer to wait because it is ready for print and it is beautiful. Thank you again. See you guys next time here at One Shots Tavern.